day number 6 of backtesting until I am profitable. I believe day number 6. Um, ignore this. Um, well, I don't really know what else to say. As a matter of fact, I've been humbled again. I'll explain in a minute. Let me just go ahead and just delete this, bro. I'm done with this shit. Um, Going into today, I didn't really mark out any proverb that stuck with me, but we'll talk about some notes. So Proverbs 7 to 8. I kind of felt like they were just talking about the right woman to seek and to be aware of the woman that will astray you into what we could consider darkness, right? Who is that girl that you're looking to find? Is she genuinely what we would call a righteous woman, right? Is she genuinely a loyal woman to the commands that, God makes us obey? Not makes us. We have the choice to obey them. But does she obey that, right? Um, just be careful of who you choose, because you got to realize this person will be pretty much giving you extra confidence to find the Lord or just find success in general, right? You don't want to be with someone that is out there just wasting her life away, drinking, partying, or smoking, or whatever, just, talking to other guys and shit. Obviously, you don't want to be with that. I want to make this fast because I am only going to be doing this to 12:30 because I have to go to sleep because I am going to work tomorrow at 7. Today I've been humbled again. I can't really blame the other person in this scenario. I was probably going a little bit too fast, right? Me and this person decided to take a moment of a breather, right? And, well, yeah, I mean, honestly, all I could really think about is, well, in that meantime, I love this person a lot. I'm going to go in and give them that space, obviously. But in the meantime, I made a promise to myself the moment I got humbled by God that I'm going to become the best person I can be if there is a future with us or if there isn't. Regardless, if I do become that person that I want to admire in 6 months from now, I am still that person. Comparing to if I'm not, then I would just have nothing, right? I don't have that person, and I'm not the person that I wanted to admire that I would be. Imagine that. I'm still in the same loophole. The idea is, regardless what happens, I need to find a way to continue further with or without that person. And I'm very blessed, right? I went a little bit too far. I got over my stray. I'm still blessed to be considered that we're just taking a moment to breathe. And I do have these contradictions in my mind about, maybe this will bring us further apart. And that could possibly just put the end to it when we don't seek each other anymore. But I have faith that love is real. Okay? And if love is real, then guess what? It'll prosper again. Okay? I'm going to respect her decision. I'm going to give her what she wants. And all I know is that this silence kills me, but this silence is the strongest response and the strongest answer I could give her. It kills me generally because she was my best friend. But I'm just going to give her the silence as she asked, and I'm going to continue becoming the best possible man I could be. Not for her, not for possibly for the us that could be, but just ideally for me, right? We're going to continue backtesting. That being said, I'm going to just go and pray. Father, in the name of the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord Father, forgive me for doubting you. Forgive me for being so upheld to what I thought was going to happen. Obviously, you have humbled me again, Lord Father. I pray to be humbled again, Lord Father. I continue to pray that you continue to humble me so I could genuinely find out who I am, although I am in that process, Lord Father. Please continue to humble me. I know you seek the brokenhearted, Lord. I thank you for not allowing me to be completely on the floor again like I was not too long ago, Lord. I also pray for the safety of the viewer watching right now, Father. I want to thank you for the meal that you have presented in front of me today, Lord. And I just pray for the safety of this woman that I genuinely adore with the bottom of my heart. And hopefully, Lord, only you know. And I pray for this, obviously. If there is a future, which I pray for the future, I promise to become the best possible person I can be, free spiritually, free financially, free with all of these goals. I have major goals this year, Father, Lord. I pray those goals get hit. You know what I was talking about. You know what I wrote down, Lord, Father. If this is the path I have to take to hit those goals, Father, then so be it. Obviously, I will pray for things to happen, but whatever you decide to let happen, Lord, Father, I trust that, Father. I just pray my prayers are heard and answered. And Father, please forgive me for my sins, and thank you for keeping this viewer safe. And I hope their circle is safe. I hope our circle is safe, Lord Father. And we want to thank you for the hands to continue praying and to continue being humbled with the mindset that we have. We know we could perfect it further. So, Lord, please continue to humble us. That being said, Father, in the name of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. All right, let's get this started because I literally have to study Proverbs, and then I have to literally pick my laundry up, and then after that, I'm gonna go to bed. So I'm only gonna get like a 5 hours of sleep. It's good though because I'm just literally gonna get home tomorrow. Most likely fall asleep, wake up, backtest a bit again. All right. So that being said, we're just gonna go to an FX replay. What am I about to do? I've decided. I was at work thinking about it, dude. Hopefully I'm right. I know, but this time I'm for real. This time I'm for real. I'm gonna stick to my model that I have made. Okay. I'm gonna backtest it for another whole a very long time. I'm gonna backtest it for a very long time. We'll probably just do from January. I mean, it's pretty important. We'll just start from here. We're just gonna mark out every single trade. We're gonna screenshot every single trade. And we're gonna put into the what's the word? We're gonna put it into the into a journal. Okay. That being said, we're gonna start this. This is literally day one of using the strategy. I know it's very hard to believe because there's like the story of the fox, like that said this and that, but then he kept lying. So I think I should probably explain my strategy before I continue with it. Or actually, no, I'll just show you guys on the way. But I do need a chart. I need to take a bite of this food, dude. This is literally like the last thing I'm gonna eat before I go to bed. 8 eggs. I don't really feel like eating right now. Pretty sad, but it's fine. But that being said, let's see here. I forgot what I was gonna do. I'm not even gonna play music because I'm gonna get so sad. Fuck that. I need to lock in. Oh, Google Sheets. Okay, I'll explain in a second. I'm gonna let you know right now we do not trade core CPI, core PVI, or Fed Show Powell speaking. Okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. Those are the days I'm not interested in. I do need to get Forex factor into this. We're gonna go to January 1. So this strategy, I backtested all of last year and it came out to 60 to 55% profitability. Okay, so could we say it is profitable? Yes, it is profitable. I guess I literally had told myself I was going to do this and that, but I messed it up. All right. How did I mess it up? Maybe you're asking. Is the idea was, okay, I'm going to continue with this, right? When? Oh, wait, let's start with, how should I do this? 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 RTM 5 back test. How should I do this? Win, loss, win, loss. How should I do this? We'll just write down the day, obviously. So this is going to be Wednesday, Thursday, 25. Then we're going to write down whether it was a win or a loss. And we'll go with that. We'll go based off that right now. I wish there was a way to like change this B to a whatever. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and start off. So what am I looking for? This is Wednesday. This is a new bank holiday. So what am I looking for? Off what I've studied so much, okay? I traded the strategy and I really refined it completely. Not obviously to the point where it's excellent, but we made a lot of progress. One thing I want to note out is the 1 minute chart, okay? The 5 minute and the 1 minute only right now, okay? So, what do I see pre-market? Well, pre-market just broke structure to the downside. I'm only using the 5 minute and the 1 minute right now, okay? And I want to talk about this because I use this strategy for a very long time and I noticed a lot of things. When we break structure, I don't know what, but it is very likely that we will retrace to this area that we had broken structure to, or a possible imbalance being turned into a fair value gap after we break structure, okay? I'll explain if I see a model. I do not trade 630. This strategy is a scalping strategy, so I really need volatility to be at a calm state of mind, or just at an area that I could use advantage towards my trade. Right here. I would consider this a long. I'll explain in a second. So there is, I need to stick to one model, but ideally I think I'm just going to go off break of structure. I will long this. This is considered an out of structure pattern I like. A double bearish candlestick pattern. Hypothetically, if price does push back up, I expect it to stop here. Why? This is liquidity. Off what I've studied. Now, whoa. We're very volatile. That already tells me, okay, cool, I'm not really too interested. But the idea is, okay, I'm going to only look for break of structure, but I will mark out every single trade that I would have taken. I'm only going to use one model right now, break of structure. I'll explain the other, quote-unquote, part 2 of the model that is opposing area break of structure, whatever. But ideally, I would take this long. This is out of structure. Let's see what price does. Let's go here. This price. Okay, there you go. What did price do? Hit take profit. Let me explain. Out of the many times that I've seen price reverse back up before hitting take profit, reverse back up, we usually see a candlestick price action pattern. Okay, I want to see if we ever push back up to this area of liquidity. Yeah, we do. All right, we swept it. Now, is it likely that prices? Yeah. So right here, something to note out. This trade we could have taken, very important. Why? Because price pushed up to this area of liquidity. It looks like there was liquidity laying above here at this swing high on the 1 minute. Now, I can't tell you that price is going to push down now. Yeah, it looks like price is continuing higher. So hypothetically, we could have taken this trade. I don't know if I want... No, we're just going to... It's because this strategy kind of just correlates with a lot of things. I guess, yeah, looks like, let's see what price does. Price does retrace back to this area. Now I would literally want to take a short here, but I'm not interested. I'm going to just go off break of structure, okay? We're in a downtrend. I would literally take this short. If it was considered out of structure or in structure, I'm looking just for a break of structure. On the 5 minute. Let's go here. What did price do? It looks like price hit TP. I'm not gonna lie. Gang, I might just do whatever the hell I want, okay? No, it looks like price stopped here and then proceed to take profit. Alright, cool. Guys, do I do whatever I want? I mean, it was part of my strategy. I think I just wanted to make it clear. Alright, fine. I mean, it was part of my strategy. It was the retracement. It is part of my strategy. It's just... whatever. I'm just going to mark out every model I would take during New York and explain why. This is off my old strategy, and we're just going to pretend that I'm not recording right now. We're just going to go off by this. We're just going to mark it. I think I should just really focus on marking out the 1 minute because that's what I told myself after I finished that 2-year backtesting session that came out 60% profitability. I told myself I was going to do that certain thing, but I never did it. I just went somewhere else. I think that was the problem. I struggle a lot with psychology as a trader, definitely. Most definitely do. But, give me one. Life is confusing. Anyway. Confusing. We need to stand our ground. Alright. So, pretending I took that trade. I know. Seems very indecisive to me. Ideally, the problem, and the only problem I've really had with this strategy, is that notice how we're on the 5 minute. This is going to be very, very difficult to actually check, okay? But, that being said, can we use something as confluence that, okay, well, guess what? we got to retrace back up here, right? To this area that we broke structure. We are leaving several imbalances. Price is always going to want to rebalance the imbalance. Can we say that we swept some type of liquidity? Not really. Yeah, nothing really too prominent. Yeah. So that's pretty much your bias for this trade. Now, how would I enter? If I was on an eval, I would just do market. Obviously, I'm watching the ticks. So there is an indicator on TradingView that does allow you to see whether the top wick is smaller than the bottom wick, or if the top wick is bigger than the bottom wick, or if the bottom wick is bigger than the top wick, or if the bottom wick is smaller than the top wick. I don't know if that made any sense. It's very, very good at telling you. Just the only problem that I really had with the strategy, which I've kind of mastered, is you got to have a milliseconds timer right next to you, and your peripheral vision has to be absolutely insane. The last 4 trades that I took with this strategy were a loss. That's why I lost a lot of confidence. But they were perfect entries. They were like, I entered on the exact position. Because sometimes I'd be entered here because I was too late. Just something like that, right? But that being said, I would enter 4 contracts. I'm going to pretend this is like legit an eval, okay? I'm going to learn from the mistakes. I'm there when there's a mistake, bro, and it's constantly repeated, bro, I'll notice it, okay? Stop loss. Where do I set my stop loss? 7 ticks take profit. 7 ticks. 7 ticks. Stop loss. Take profit. I set it to 10. Just like that. Whoa. What? There we go. Wait, don't tell me I had that like that, though. Don't tell me I had it like that, though. I swear I didn't, right? Hold on. I don't even remember what. Wait, what? I don't even remember, bro. I don't even remember how this trade went. Okay. Alright, so this sucks too. Sometimes, hypothetically, this open of this area right here would be down here. That already puts me at a huge disadvantage right there, right? But, so this is what I considered a out of structure, right? We already broke structure once here. So that's already telling me, okay. Then we break structure here. Okay, that tells me price wants to retrace after this candle close. We don't. If I saw a bullish candle, I would not take that. But I saw a price action candlestick pattern, meaning price has repeated basically itself twice here, and it looks like we have liquidity that price did want to seek out. Now we go back here. Okay, this would be considered a short. I would take inside structure, but I'm not going to take this one regardless, mainly because guess what? Ready for this one? I didn't take any of these inside structure trades at all during those times that I backtested, but I think it did end up working regardless. So let's see what price did. So now the idea is, okay, well, we have this low that price might want to retrace to, as well as, well, yeah, we're leaving an imbalance. I don't even know what the heck price did. I did not mean to do that. Looks like price stopped you out. That's fine. I would not want to take this trade right here, okay? The main reason why I would not want to take this trade is because, well, I know price wants to retrace here. We have this fair value gap that price is trying to fill, and this is literally just a inside structure double bullish candlestick pattern. Okay, you're gonna hear me say candlestick pattern a lot with this. That being said, we're gonna continue and see if we see another setup form on ES right here. This is a reversal. I would take this reversal if we were outside structure. We are not outside structure. I would take this reversal if we broke structure. We have not broken structure, but I used to take this. I just want to see why these are losses, right? That being said, let's see what price does. If we were to take the short, stop loss set there, take profit set there. Let's see what price does. Looks like you would have hit take profit. So it looks like, very important to note out, going towards this close right here, we did reach some liquidity. That's very important to note out. It looks like we had this internal liquidity right here being hit, which could have been the reason why price reacted the way it did. So there was some stop limits. There were some orders resting here. Going towards here, we had liquidity swept. Very important. Very, very important. Continue. This would have been a win if we took it, but obviously we're not going to take that. Looks like it would have just been a win. It would have been close to a loss. Okay, now we're presented with this other trade right here. I said you could short this. So I only take one trade per day. I'm going to let you know that right now. That is very important. One trade per day with this strategy. Just one trade, whether it's a win or a loss. I did that on the eval that I just canceled. You guys saw me cancel it yesterday. I did that on the eval. Only one trade per day, mainly because... So right here, I would possibly consider this short. We sweep liquidity on the 1 minute. We're seeing some rejection, right? We close up here, though. But now we kind of see, okay, well, we have this high right here swinging. It might be that we might take out this high. I mean, yeah, we already took out liquidity. We saw the rejection, so price did retrace. But now we're seeing price wants to pull back up. I don't even know what the heck happened there. Is this news? Oh, this is news. This is most likely news. No, it's not. This is just some random... What the heck? Wait, did I take a trade? Do not trade on news with this strategy. Holy moly. Did I just trade news, bro? Wait, hold on. Please don't tell me I trade. Okay, we didn't. But yeah, this is news. This is Thursday, January 2. Yeah, okay, perfect. But right here. This is not a news candle, but this is at the midpoint of a macro. Not important for the strategy. Just noting this out. Right here, price starts to tremble. It looks like... Wait, I actually want to see what price actually ended up hitting first. Whether it was that move up or the move down. Looks like price wanted to sweep this high. That's very important. Yo, can you just tell me what you... Yeah, okay. This is even more confirmation. What did price hit? Where was liquidity clearly resting? This high. Price swept that high. Proceeded lower. Very, very interesting to note out. Very interesting to note out. This high got swept first. We haven't swept this low, but that would kind of tell me, okay, maybe we want to sweep that low if we ever push back down, right? Which is going to be this low down here. If, right? Not that we will, but if, okay? So that being said, we're going to go back here. So now it looks like price has re-swept that high right there. We have collected liquidity right there. Probably a good short position if we saw more confluence right there, but we don't, obviously. Yeah, we don't see more confluence. All right. Sorry, I don't want to make this too confusing for you guys. So right here, very important to note out, price swept liquidity to that 1 minute high we had made, and then proceeded to... Did we even push to take profit? Yeah, we didn't, did we? I don't even remember. Yeah, we did, sorry. So limit order possibly set, maybe there, but we gotta backtest it even more. Okay? There's that low. Break of structure to the downside. We broke structure up here. Made that high. Made that higher low. Okay, let me explain. I let the first candle run. This is simple logic. If we are in complete bearish order flow, okay, we just made an uptrend to complete displacement to the downside. That kind of tells me we kind of had manipulation happen, right? Price made a high to just immediately displace the downside. That's manipulation. We're likely going to distribute for a while, okay? Manipulation happened up here, and this is likely distribution going on right here, okay? So, maybe, just maybe, price will continue distributing. If price is so strong enough to be in an uptrend to then break structure to the downside, that tells me, okay, I'm going to let the first candle run. Bam. I would take this long. I don't know why yet. Hold on, let me explain. I don't know why. Bearish for valley gaps give me very low probability with the strategy. I don't know why. I have not figured out why yet. But every time I would try taking along something similar to this setup, it would not work. But the idea is right. I'm expecting price to want to push back to this area that we had broken structure to, which is right here. If we don't, I mean, we already took that trade, right? That being said, let's go to 1 second and see what price actually ends up doing. No, it looks like we would have been stopped out. Wait, actually very important to see on the 1 minute what's going on here. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Okay. Does price ever proceed to take profit? That's the real question. It does. So, oh wait. There you go. So it does. It looks like you would have just been stopped out for 1 tick, which is unfortunate, but it is what. Oh, wait a fucking minute. So, why is my stop loss at 7? For some reason. Like, I'm going to continue saying this a lot, bro. I backtested this strategy for over 8 to 9 months, dude. 8 to 9 months. And price at most pushed towards 6, then proceeded back up. Okay? That is just a significant amount of bearish order flow, but not too strong enough to overtake the bull orders, right? I was contemplating trading MES, but honestly, wait, dude, you know what? Let's check this out, guys. I had a whole file of me backtesting this strategy. Where is it? Let me find it. Right here. I was only doing it to backtest whether we're gonna go break even or not. Let's see. I'm only paying attention to this right here. What happened? I have made this whole thing. Sorry, my brother came in. Trade hits 8 ticks, then reverses to break even. When I tell you for some reason, no, I'm not going to do 1-to-1 8 to 8 risk reward. I'm not doing that. I already tested it out. It's not profitable. But the idea was, okay, I mean, I can't even do it. So regardless, it's fine. Because we're trading ES. Trade hits 8, reverses to break even, then hits DP. I mean, that being said, like, price hit my 8 tick where I'd be break even, went back to my break even point, stops me out, then proceeds back up. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Okay. So this means that we had, let me calculate that. I think $5,000 worth of loss. How many did we have saved of loss completely though? Trade hits 8, then reverses break even, right? Stopping us out. Wait, where is it? What the heck? Yeah, trade hits 8, then reverses break even. AK, we get stopped out. If we don't put we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. That being said, what is that drawdown looking like? Let's check it out. So this is going to be 500 times 10, right? Those are the winning trades. So we have 5,000, then 350 times 9, because that is what I'm losing. 3,000. So we're basically missing out on a profit of over. Sorry, I suck at math, bro. 31,550. Okay. We're not doing that. We're not going break even. Fuck that, dude. No way. When you multiply it across that accounts, dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of money, dude. We cannot do that, and that is a lot of like win rate we're missing out on. We don't want that. Okay. That being said, let's continue. These eggs are making me very gassy. I think I need something to drink. By the way, from 6:35 to 7:55 at most, that is what we made with this strategy. Okay. Continue. We have a low mid. I don't even remember what the heck happened here. I've low-key forgot. I don't even remember, dude. Oh, no. We ended up taking profit with this trade. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, we took profit. I want to see at what point did we reverse. It looks like price taps into this PD array right here and respected it. We have this tiny 1 minute fair value gap that price does reject off of. Very interesting, right? From where we started pushing up, there was no PD array that was likely going to go in the opposite direction that price wanted. Well, what I wanted to see price do, right? Okay, let's continue. Right here. This is considered a break of structure. We do have this untouched fair value gap. This is not looking so A plus to me. I would not want to take this. I would have liked to see price probably break a little bit lower. But clearly there is like something that we tapped into here. Not exactly sure though. But I would have liked to see price likely want to push a little bit lower so I could say, okay, we're going to retrace to this area retracement, but we just closed on it. But the idea is you would probably want to long that. And it looks like there was a potential long at 730. What the heck? Oh, no, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What happened here at 735? Looks like I was wrong. This is where we broke structure. Price proceeded to push down first before we ended up pushing higher, right? But the idea was, okay, price wants to reach into here. Looks like we swept out internal liquidity, then proceeded down. Very important. Cool, whatever. Nothing too crazy. This is just considered a possible opportunity. I would not take this. But this is like, yeah, you don't want to see really a break of structure on the candle or on the area that, I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. Let's go and continue. 745. You have a low mid. Nothing too prominent. We have a high up here resting at this fair value gap. So right off the bat, I can tell you what I would love to see is likely, if we're still downtrending, I'd probably want to see a sweep of this high, tap into this PD array, and then I'd want to see price still have a little bit of bullish momentum because the one thing about this strategy is if you see all the bearish momentum has already kicked in, you're likely going to be late. You're likely going to be late, so you want to be a little bit early. No, you get this instead. So it looks like price pushed down, proceeded back up, then we saw some rejection and we swept this high. You could possibly take this short. I'm not interested in this short. We did not break structure. We're still in that downtrend. We have a potential reversal pattern combined with this downtrend, yes, but we're inside structure, and I'm not a big fan of inside structure trades. Okay, I'm not a big fan of inside structure trades, but hypothetically, I used to take this. Let's check out the 1 minute. Let's see what the 1 minute is saying. And the imbalance is bigger than 10, so that's very, very high probable in my opinion. Just a not trade I'd want to take. Looks like we swept this high. We left this low. It looks like we might want to sweep this high again. Nope. Price looks, dude, this is what I'm talking about. Price literally has a habit of pushing towards 6, then proceeding to take profit. So you would have almost just been stopped out with this one, but it looks like you would have been literally saved. Price then proceeds further down. Did we push it out? Yeah, it looks like price wants to push down to this low down here. Supposing that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit this low down here. There you go. There's that hit with that low. Okay, very interesting. 755, we're done here. We're done here. We do not care anymore what price does. Regardless, I do not care. Hypothetically, this one was like, okay, cool. I just don't trade inside structured trades. I'm not a big fan of that. But we did have this tap into this PD array. We took out this area of liquidity. We saw a common reversal pattern, and we're in a downtrend. I guess you have all those confluences stacked upon each other. That could be a good trade. This one, I would say I'm not proud of. We see a lot of bearish momentum. We do get a double bearish candlestick pattern. Usually means, oh my god. What would make this better for me is if we tapped into some type of liquidity. 5 p.m. is not Asia low. I mean, yeah, 5 p.m. is not Asia open. 4 p.m. is. But I guess we do tap into this candle open right here, which is very interesting. Yeah, so we tapped into that candle open, and we saw price reject off this candle open, which is very interesting. I've never seen that before. That is a theory, but I'm not going to put it into the test unless I see it happen even more. That being said, so this is the trade we took. Not the best. The second trade I would probably take right here too. Not the best. Overall, this looks like a pretty favorable day. Favorable day. Oh my gosh. When I tell you about a knockout, dude, I'm getting a knockout. Alright, right here. Well, I still gotta read Proverbs, bro. Sheesh. Got a long night ahead of us. We're gonna be tired tomorrow. I'm gonna get home, shower, knock out, back test as long as I can to get over whatever I'm thinking of. Read. And I'll still feel unproductive, bro. This is the hot value part. All right, what are we seeing on the 5 minute? Currently uptrending. What did we break structure to? The upside. I'm going to let the first two candles run because they're the most volatile. I'm not really too interested. Right off the bat, what the heck is this? I don't know what I'm looking at. You are presented with a trade. I'll explain. Let's look for higher confluence. That would tell me like, okay, not really cool. We're pushing into this for value gap. Very strong. It looks like price wants to fill it. But we're not going to pay attention to that just yet. So if this trade does correlate with my rules. Bullish candle right here, right? Let me just make sure. You do have time and you do have that indicator, so it would help you out. That indicator would definitely help you out a lot. So 23 ticks. This should be 23, if not lower, yeah. 21. So we have a bullish candle, right? Second bullish candle is made. We have an imbalance. We are pushing outside of structure. We have retraced to this area, but we're going to likely want to rebalance this whole move up, okay? Obviously, I'm not looking for the big move. I'm looking just for a potential short. I'm looking for a potential just reaction off something, right? That being said, it looks like we broke structure. We have not retraced. So I would take the short. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys, although I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's a lot of buying power. I would most definitely take the short. I would most definitely, what am I saying? All right, let's see what price does. We're going to go to the 1 second chart. I used to just look at this shit and I was like, oh my god, she's so scary. All right, stop loss set to 7, take profit set to 10. What does price do? That's already a huge retracement to the upside. We're going to likely get stopped out. No way, dude. There's no way. So you would be break even. No, we can't even forget about that. Forget about that for a second, dude. Okay, boring. Stop me out, or just give me my TP, bro. Come on now. Preferably TP. There you go, TP. So price rejected. I mean, you're pretty much entered with a huge. What's the word? You're entered with a huge advantage. I mean, we have a discorrelation between market candle open to candle open. And yeah, this is the trade I would have taken. This is a trade that I considered outside of structure. Imbalance. When I say imbalance, you're going to pretty much know that for value gap potentially being made. That's what I mean by imbalance. Double bullish candle pattern. Double bullish candle pattern. And yeah, those are my confluences. Not too many, but there's likely liquidity resting here. Let's see if we ever push down here. Let's see. We're going to continue looking, but we're just mark that out. Okay. Price legit. Okay. Maybe we could have potential areas as TP as areas of liquidity that lows. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Okay. We're just marking out the 1 minute because I want to see, I truly want to see how price reacts to lows and highs on the 1 minute, because 5 minute, I pretty much have gone through everything. I need to look at the 1 minute. I'm not going to do 2, 3, 4, 5. That's useless. Well, obviously 5, my bad, sorry. But I'm not going to do the 2, 3, or 4. That's just pretty much confusing myself even more. I'm only caring about the 5 minute and the 1 minute. Let's continue. Let's see what we got. 15 minute. I'm not doing that. So you are shown a double bullish candlestick pattern. To me, you are in an uptrend. We have this imbalance that price likely wants to fill before we make a fair value gap. You could potentially take this long. I'm just not really too interested. Let's just see what price does. It looks like you could have taken that long. So why this possibly ended up working was, well, okay, we got a fair value gap potentially being made. Potentially being made. There you go. Oh my god. Right? So price is always going to want to avoid making imbalance, right? And if we do, we're going to likely retrace. But this is a fair value gap potentially being made. We're in an uptrend. We see a double bullish candlestick pattern. It kind of tells me, okay, maybe there's a high up here. Maybe we're going to sweep out these highs. If not, we're going to push lower or just fill this fair value gap or just hit the equilibrium of it. When I say equilibrium, I mean the equilibrium of this candle body this here. Let's see what price does. No, price literally ends up pushing only that much, unless you want to consider this to that, which I doubt would make a difference, but whatever, right? So price did push up. Looks like price was interested in trying to fill this fair value gap, but it looks like there was too many sell orders. Price proceeded lower. Now we just ended up hitting whatever this 630 low, aka current session low. I have a pimple, dude. Hold on, it's bothering me. I'm back. So, what was I talking about? Oh, where did price push down from here to here, right? Price did end up wanting to push down, rebalance the whole move. We ended up taking out liquidity here. Rejection was shown. So now it's like, okay, price is breaking structure on the 1 minute, whatever, right? We're in downtrend. We're moving down. Price has rebalanced. We are formed with another potential long. One that I'm interested in? Probably not. At most, we're going to push up to here. If not, reject off of this rate. What does price do? Let's see. Do we even push to that? No. It looks like regardless, we would have been stopped out. We have no imbalance. We're just uptrending, and you just see that candlestick price action pattern. It's really not that interesting, in my opinion. Nothing too interesting to go off by, okay? Just a candlestick pattern with uptrend. Not really too interesting. I'd probably want to see a potential for value gap being made. Yes, a potential for value gap being made. Hold on, give me a sec. Bro, I keep leaving back and forth, bro. Holy moly. It's just, I had to go take my clothes out the drawer. But, okay, where was I? Holy crap, dude. Potentially taking this long. Not too interesting. We just have two confluence. I'd probably want to see more than, where's my water, bro? So, don't want to take it. As I was saying, you probably want to see 2 or 3 more confluences biasing your trade. Let's continue. It looks like it would have worked eventually, right? I guess your confluence could be this for value gap that price needs to revisit towards. But ideally, okay, we enter up here. Why did price do that? I really don't want to go into 30 seconds, but looks like price swept this low. Yeah. I don't want to go into the 30-second though. I do not want to do that. That is way too much, and I don't even have access to that on TradingView. Oh my god, dude, what? Yeah, well, that. Okay, whatever. Wasn't even the trade I was going to take. I already took the trade I was going to take, right? Yeah, it was just short. Ideally, I wouldn't care anymore, but I just really want to figure out the main core of this strategy. This is, don't tell me I trade. Okay, cool. 7 a.m. Okay, cool. Let's continue. This would be a bullish flag into a fair value gap. I would probably not want to take this. You are in an uptrend and you do see price having a good amount of buying power. It is likely that we're going to reject here, okay? At this fair value gap. Let's see here. Stop loss at 7, take profits at 210. Is it perfect? Yes, it is. It is perfect. Let's see here. Is there a high up here, though? I mean, we just have this high, and then we have this low. Let's see what price does. I don't even know what to tell you what price did there. We're going to have to figure it out ourselves on the 1 second. So, looks like, I'm telling you off the bat, red likely means that price pushed up first, then we saw rejection push down, made the candle body close up there, right? So it's likely that we pushed up first, rejected off this for value gap, all those other shenanigans. Let's see what price did first. Yes, price pushed up, swept out that 1 minute high, tapped into this PD rate. Rejection was immediately seen. Very important. Okay? Very important. Not only did we have this fair value gap, we also had this 1 minute area of liquidity. That confluence is why price will want to move that way. Okay? Let's continue. We have this low and this high, okay? Let's continue. Where's the next button? There we go. Oh shit, that wasn't actually okay. What the heck just happened then? Price rejected. It looks like we swept this 1 minute low. Lots of liquidity was absorbed. Price then proceeded to push down a bit, but then I guess we ended up making that low, shifted trend, and that ended up happening. We have a break of structure on the 1 minute, meaning we're changing trend. We inversed a lot of fair value. Actually, even inverse this. We even inverse this. Now, this could be a short. I'll explain in a minute. This could be a short. But it would probably be a short after we sweep out some type of high, right? Price said proceed higher. And then we look, I don't even know what the heck we tapped into here. Something, right? We tapped into something. I don't know what the heck this is. Yeah, I didn't really want to take that. I said it could have been a short, just not ideal. We aren't really tapping into anything. That being said, this is not a short I would take, but whatever, right? Stop loss set to 7. Take profit set to 10. Obviously, you hold with no stop loss. Holy crap. Oh my god, TP would be hit, whatever. But, okay. Hold on. Let me go back. Let daddy go back. So this is 705 right here. Fuck it, bro. Let's do it. Price proceeded to hit this high up here. Rejected off of it. Pushed higher. Swept this high. Then price proceeded down. Okay, that's very interesting. On the 32nd, price made this high. Then there was liquidity. And then price pushed it low after that. That is what caused us to head to TP instead of take profit around there. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. It makes me realize how significant my order confluences can be, which is pretty crazy, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and continue. Oops, I almost opened TikTok. That was bad. So this is a high... Dude, are you kidding me? My phone was legit off. That was legit temptation. Alright, so then you're proceeded with this bullish flag, and you are still uptrending. I know we just made a lower high. That could be manipulation, though. That could be manipulation being made. That price is going to proceed lower, and then, oh my god, we just made a lower high on the 5 minute. That likely means we're going to shave trend. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people being fooled by this. I'm not saying price is going to push up. I mean, we're already in a very premium area, so that is good confidence to why price could potentially push low now. But you would take this long off my other old day strategy, right? Oh my god, double bullish candlestick pattern. Potential for value gap being made, and we're in an uptrend. We haven't broken structure to the downside. You have some good amount of confluences, but see the 1 minute. Okay. Well, the 1 minute is telling me we just displaced the downside. We broke structure here. We do have resting areas of liquidity up here. But it looks like also we're trying to push down. It looks like we pushed off some type of liquidity. I don't want to do this, but fuck it. There was some type of rejection here. I'm not sure. We have this 30-second fair value gap that price did reject, and now price is pushing back lower. I don't even want to use that. Definitely will not want to take this trade, but hypothetically we do. What does price end up doing? Rejecting off something. And it looks like we rejected off whatever the hell I just drew out. We rejected... What the heck did we reject off of? Question mark. What the heck did we just reject off of? I don't know. I don't know what we just rejected off of. It's very complicated to actually tell what I just rejected off of, but we rejected off of it very nicely. I guess it's just a large amount of selling orders, I guess. Pretty much that's the only thing you could... Oh, wait. No, we haven't inversed it. I mean, we closed below it, so I guess if you were to consider that in the IFEG, you could, but... This one's interesting. Can't really tell you much about it, but we did push off what... Initially, I don't know what this drawing is that I marked out. Oh, it's this for value gap. That's get inverse. Okay, that's very interesting. Now I see what I drew out. So I drew out this for value gap. Did get inversed up here, but then we would have likely want to see rejection up here. No, price then uses it as the complete opposite, which is interesting. So this is a IFEG that got disrespected at this point, but then price is now respecting it in a way. I'm not sure if that's what we're seeing. Don't really care. I mean, yeah, price then proceeds a little bit higher. And then you are prompted with another potential trade that I'm not really too interested in because guess what? Well, we don't really have a potential for value gap being made. Comparing to the other one, it was a little bit more interesting because we did have a potential for value gap being made. Forgive me, jeez. I'm eating eggs and I'm done eating them. Kind of happy because they took away my appetite. So we pushed to this random up. We pushed the price, the highest point of this price of this up candle on the 1 minute, which isn't really enough confidence to why this trade wouldn't work. So ideally, I think we're just going to complete bearish order flow. Looks like price wants to sweep out liquidity and then proceed higher. Very interesting. Strawberry lemonade, sugar-free flavored, yada yada, this and that. Bomb. BOMB. Oh, you guys caught me liking. Oh, you guys are catching me liking right now. I'm done with TikTok, honestly, bro. I'm done with every social media. I need to heal. Need to become the best possible man I could be. Okay. There is some piece to that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you guys right now, there is some piece to this. So this would be considered, I don't use these, but this is considered a rejection block. I'm just saying this could be the start of the biggest move up. Not that it is, but I'm just saying. Like last video you guys saw, I was testing out rejection blocks for a while. Not doing that again, alright? Okay. Price is currently uptrending. Nothing too interesting. We don't have any for value gaps from above to me to be like, oh my god, so cool. Let's see what price does. Oh, we push back into that rejection block. Oh, that's so funny. That is funny. That is hilarious, in my opinion. That is absolutely hilarious. No, don't start. Do not start. Oh my god, that's just pushing so much. Oh, shit. I wasn't paying attention. There's a short. That's what I get. There's a short. Potential for value gap being made, yes. Preferably would have liked to seen price in a downtrend, but no, price decides to push regardless. Let's see. This is a double bullish candlestick pattern reversal right here. Let's see what price did first. Price literally pushed down first. It looks like. That's interesting. So it looks like going towards the candle close here. Rejection was seen off of what exactly? Well, I guess you could say this high. Price then rejected, took out this low. So this low was targeted, as well as this price action candlestick low and the fill of this for value. Yeah, pretty much price rejected off of that, proceeded higher, aka that rejection block. Rejection block. So this, yes, this is another short you could potentially take. Now let's see though. Not really too interesting in my favor, but this would be a short I would take back then. There is a tiny fair value gap being made. Not really the size enough though. Not really too interesting. Let's see what else. We did just sweep out liquidity, but there was not a major reaction. There's a chance we might reject off this 5-minute candle price high, but yeah, it's not really in my favor. We have this for value gap that price will likely end up tapping. We'll see. Let's see what happens. I said 1 second, not 1 minute. So price then proceeded to take profit before heading towards full TB. Very interesting. Yeah, so I think all the trades I've literally found were wins so far, which is actually crazy. All right, so let's see how price ends here, and then it looks like price decides to do. I don't know what exactly. I'm too lazy to genuinely figure out what exactly price did, but we did something, right? See on the 1 minute. So I'm expecting that price did push down. Yes, price pushed down first. Took out something. We took out this candle though, then price proceeded higher. Is that like some 1 second fucking low or some shit? What is that? Why am I doing that? We definitely don't want to go on the 1 second. That is beyond stupid. Yeah, so it looks like price then makes this indecisive candle. Dang, I am really checking out every single move. I do not trade these indecisive candles. Those just tell me that price did not know whether it was going to close bearish or bullish. That's nothing too. This is pretty much accumulation. We have this low. And after a very long time, we could genuinely say, okay, if price finally broke structure to where the same side, believe it or not, we broke structure down here. We did not have a break of structure at all during this market, which is absolutely insane. I would not trade this candle, but the idea is, okay, well, even though we had a good amount of accumulation happen during this session, Well, price broke structure to the upside once. Price is going to break structure again. It's likely that we're going to retrace to that area break of structure, if that makes any sense. But obviously, I'm not really too interested in it. It wasn't really a strong displacement. It looks like it was just a sweep liquidity. Idea would be short off this guy, but I don't really see why we would want to push lower. But regardless, price does it, right? We have a potential fair value gap being made. Well, I don't really see a reason for an entry. It's nothing really conflicting to me. It's just not enough well, I usually go off price action candlestick patterns as the main confluence to why I would want to take that trade. But yeah, there's that being played out. Price did retrace to that area that we broke structure to very perfectly. Let's see if price does proceed to take profit though. Yes, it does. So there's another trade you could potentially take. Not like I would take this trade. As a matter of fact, forget about it. I would not take that trade. That's not a trade that you should potentially take. It's about long-term effect. How does it hold long-term, right? Whew, whole lot of yapathon. I haven't even fucking... Alright, we have a win. And then we have a win. Currently on a little winning streak. Cool. Plus 3 plus 25. Awesome. It's going to be the loss area. Go to the next day. I think I'm just going to take one more trade and call it a day, guys. I got to read Proverbs, and I have to go to sleep after that. I already got my clothes, but I might have to actually fold them before I go to bed. Motherfucker gotta wake up in 6 hours. Proceed to do the absolute same thing. And yeah. Alright, 625. Do not trade the first two candles. Those are the most volatile. What do we see prices doing right now? Swept a high. Where did we break structure to most recently? Looks like price broke structure here. We never made a low, which is very interesting. So the most recent low is literally going to be all the way down here. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Okay, we broke structure to the downside. What the heck am I looking at? Broke structure to the downside. Broke structure to the upside. Never made a new low, which is absolutely oh, you know what? Oh yeah, right here. Oh, I'm kind of slow. We did end up making a new low. So what am I looking at exactly? This one's weird. I've never seen this before. I guess you could say this is that new low. So what are we? Are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? I'd say downtrend. I mean, yeah, we didn't really break structure, so I guess I'd rather actually wait for price to just, there you go. There's that displacement to the upside. We do have this fair value gap untouched, but I do not like the fact that we just closed on that right there. So it's not really prominent. We do have a potential fair value gap being made. I guess you could try taking it. Well, sorry. When I say I guess you could try taking this trade, I mean don't take it. So right here, what do I expect price to likely reject off of? Well, it looks like we have a good amount of liquidity pushing towards the upside. It's likely that we're going to be seeking out this, or we're going to be seeking out this low, which is that area near that fair value gap. Yeah, but I would not really want to take that, to be honest. Yeah, we just rejected off this 1 minute. Very strong. Let's go back. So this is a trade you cannot really take. Wouldn't take it regardless, so it's fine. It's kind of the same thing as the other trade, so I'm just gonna mark it out, take it off. You are uptrending. Why would you want to take a potential short off this? So I used to go short off this right here, okay? I'll explain in a minute. Where did we, well, yeah. I don't really see a reason why you'd want to take this. Price is a little bit indecisive. We haven't really made a strong low after we broke structure. We didn't really make a low. We instead make a high and break structure to that high. Then price makes a lower low. So price is kind of just manipulating and distributing right now. I used to take this as a short. We have a double bearish candlestick pattern. We have a fair value gap. We even have a new fair value gap possibly being made. Just not enough confluences for me to be, or at least not enough safety. I mean, we are in a very premium area as well. I'm very sure at this point we'd be overbought and greed would be around here. But to me, it's like not, how do I just don't like what I'm seeing, pretty much. Let's see what price does regardless. Hey, there you go. Daddy does not like what he's seeing. So ideally, you will see me more confident with the strategy, bro. When I tell you, me and this strategy have been around since the dawn, the morning, the fucking prehistoric art, bro. Me and this strategy have legit been developed together, bro. And I don't know, dude. We legit had a losing streak. I'm not gonna get into it. It's just, yeah, I'm going to bed. I gotta read Proverbs. Holy crap. Yeah. I mean, me and the strategy. I've been here for a while, so I'm the most comfortable with this strategy. I mean, I really just back tested the fuck out of 5 minute time frame alone for a while. So when I tell you I could pretty much read the 5 minute pretty well, I could definitely. That being said, guys, I'm sorry I'm only gonna do 1 hour. I just gotta sleep, dude. I gotta sleep. I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. No, 6 a.m. Sorry. I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. 5 hours and 30 minutes. Maybe like 5 hours only though, because I'm gonna read for a bit. And call it a night after that. That being said, guys, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day official 7 of backtesting. That's how I'm profitable. Stay safe, guys. Don't forget, be grateful that you have hands to continue praying, bro. Later, guys.